Hey there, future storytellers. Have you ever wanted to write a story that just pulls people in and takes them on this incredible adventure? Well, you're in the right place, because today we are going on a quest to unlock all the secrets for telling absolutely fantastic stories.
You know, every great adventure needs a map, and this is ours for today. It's going to guide us through all the key stops on our journey. We'll start by understanding our mission, then we'll look at a story's blueprint, check out some writer's tools, and finally put it all together.
All right, first stop on the map, the storytelling mission. Let's really get to the bottom of this. Why do we even tell stories in the first place? What's the big idea? And here it is, the single most important thing to remember. Our number one goal is to entertain. That's it. We are not writing a boring school report. We're trying to create an experience. We want our audience to feel something, right? Excitement, joy, maybe even a little bit of suspense.
Exactly. It's all about having fun. Whether you've got a clever fox outsmarting a wolf or a hero on some grand quest, the point is pure, simple enjoyment.
And you know what's cool? Entertainment comes in so many different packages. You can tell fables with talking animals, you can write epic legends about heroes from long ago, myths about gods, magical fairy tales. You could even write a story set way out in space. The possibilities are just endless.
Okay, let's move to the next stop on our map, the story's blueprint. This is kind of like the secret structure that you'll find in almost every great story. I mean, from ancient myths all the way to the movies you watch today.
I really love this slide.
Just think of your story like you're climbing a mountain.
You start at the bottom, with the introduction, then you climb all the way up to a big, tricky problem at the very top. And then you've got to find your way back down to the solution and finally the end of the journey.
So, this mountain journey has 4 key landmarks. We kick things off with the orientation, then we face a complication, we find a resolution, and sometimes we get a little lesson at the end, which we call a coda. Let's break each of those down. First up is the orientation. This is the very beginning where you're just setting the scene. It's all about answering the big questions for your reader. Who is our story about? And where and when is all this happening? And just look how one simple sentence can do all of that work. Once upon a time, boom, that tells us the when. There lived a little girl named Snow White. There's our who. Just like that, our orientation is perfectly set up. Okay, next up is the complication. This is where things get really exciting. It's the problem, the challenge, the moment everything goes wrong for our hero. I mean, think about it. A story without a problem is, well, it's not much of a story, is it? Now for Snow White, the complication is huge. She overhears this terrible plan to just abandon her. This is that dramatic moment that kicks off her entire adventure, forcing her to run away all alone into those dark woods. But after every problem, there has to be a resolution. This is how the story wraps up, how that big problem finally gets solved. And don't forget, it can be a happy ending, or sometimes it can be a sad one. And here is that really satisfying moment we've been waiting for. Snow White finds a new, happy home with the 7 dwarfs. The problem of being alone and abandoned is solved, and that leads us right to that classic happily ever after. Finally, some stories have this optional little ending called a coda. It's basically the moral or the lesson that's tagged on at the very end. You know, like in a fable when it says, "And the moral of the story is, slow and steady wins the race." That's a coda. Okay, so we've got our map, but every adventure needs some magic tools, right? For us, storytellers, our tools are our words. So let's look at some of the language features that really bring a story to life. First, let's talk about tools for controlling time. Most stories are told in the past tense, with words like lived or was to show it's already happened. Then you've got adverbs of time, like once upon a time, to set the scene. And you use time conjunctions, words like then or suddenly, to move your reader from one moment to the next. Next, here are the tools that make your story feel totally real. Use specific characters. Don't just say a girl, say Snow White. Use strong action verbs. Instead of just walked, how about stumbled or raced? And let your characters talk. Using direct speech with quotation marks makes them feel so much more alive. Okay, we have our map, we have our tools, so let's finish our quest by putting it all together and taking a look at a famous story to see how all this stuff actually works. You see, the full story of Snow White follows our blueprint perfectly. The first part is the orientation. It introduces her and her whole situation. The next chunk is the complication, where she has to run away. And those final paragraphs, that's the resolution, where she finds safety with the dwarves. It's a perfect example of this structure in action.
And with that, congratulations! You have officially completed this storyteller's quest. You now understand the blueprint for any great story, and you've got the magic tools you need to tell your own incredible tales. So I'm just gonna leave you with this one last thought. You've got the map, you've got the tools. The only question left is, what amazing adventure, what cool myth, or what wild legend is just waiting inside of you, ready to be told? Go on, get out there and start writing.